So hello guys, welcome back to my channel for another question. So today's question name is all length subtraction, and this is a division 2 level problem. So here in this question, like you have given an permutation, you can say an array, and basically in each test case first you have a given integer, and that array will contain the number from 1 to n, and you need to tell that is it possible to make all the elements of the array 0 by following a certain rule, that is this: choose a subarray of p of length exactly k and subtract 1 from each element in that subarray. So basically you can choose a subarray from this, and you can subtract 1 from each element of that subarray, and this thing you can do only n times. So hope you have understood the question. So if not, you can see this illustration here. So if you try to think about this question, and the point is that whenever you are subtracting, like first time when you are subtracting, you are subtracting 1 from each element, and one of the elements should become 0, because if you consider this first case, like we have 4 elements, so you can do only 4 times. Like you can choose a subarray and subtract 1 from each element, and this you can do only 4 times. So that means uh, at first time you should have a number that becomes 0, second time another number should become 0, third and fourth. So like that, at each step a number should become 0. So that means when you are subtracting for the first time, you should minus 1 from that number, and then you are subtracting for second time, you are subtracting 2. So it means like you need to subtract 1 2 3 4 5 till n from a particular you can say from a particular index of that subarray. And the meaning of a subarray is that it should be a contiguous part of that big array, you can say parent array. So if you think about this, the logic here is that if the numbers that are going to become 0, those should be at the outer boundaries, and it should not be inside, like in between the array. If a 0 come here, then it is going to divide that into two different array, and then that is going to increase the number of operations. So basically here you need to see that always the 0 should come at the end of the array, and it should not come in between. And for doing that, like you just need two pointers as the problem hint suggests, and the code I have already written it here in the C++ language. So basically what I have done, first I have taken all the elements in a vector for each test case, and then I am taking two you can say pointers. One is pointing at the starting of the array, and the second one is the pointing at last element of that array. And I have just kept that 0 for a cross check, that is it no, or if it is not no, then I can print yes at the end of the loop. So basically I need to check at both the ends. So the point is that at each step you need to subtract k plus 1 from that number, which is going to become 0. So that I have written it here in the if and else if condition. If it is not going to follow that, then the answer is no, and otherwise the answer is yes. So hope you have understood this question. I have already submitted this code and it is accepted on Codeforces.